Welcome to the Crush It in Sales podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet. This podcast focuses on the intersection of sales, leadership, and personal development. Now let's get ready to dig in and crush it. All right, this is part 4 of how to grow your sales pipeline and make more money. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you tip number 7 and tip number 8. And then I'm going to wrap it up for this series, but as time goes on, I might end up adding to it as I'm always thinking of new ideas and really taking note of what is going on out there in the business world. And since I am still involved, I'm not just someone who's sitting behind a computer all day. I'm actually out there, out and about, working with clients and traveling, going to trade shows, etc. I always have new hindsights and learnings and things I wish I would have done better, things I wish I would have known, leadership opportunities that I see out there that I think would really help teams. So I might add to this as time goes on. But let's start first with a recap. If you have not listened to the first 3 episodes on how to build your sales pipeline, this is just a really quick recap, and feel free to go back and listen. I would love to hear from you, so definitely go back and listen and let me know what your thoughts are. Number 1 is gather and squirrel. And by that I mean just constantly be gathering contact information, client information, and you know what? You might not need it right away, but squirrel it away. You might need it in a year, you might need it in 2 years, you might need it in 5 years, you might never need it, but someday you would be surprised at all the information if you have taken the time over the years to compound and build various client information, other rep information, vendor information, whatever coincides with your business. Number 2 was having a hard, honest look at your account list and really understanding how healthy their business is, what's going on with them. Number 3 is networking and connecting with other sales executives, building relationships, and not taking it personal if they say they're too busy. So just keep going. Number 4, asking your customers or current client base if they have some ideas to help you. Most often they are so happy to help you, especially if you have a great relationship with them and they are a wealth of knowledge, and tap that information and then be grateful when they share with you. Very, very important. Number 5, evaluating social media or marketing. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to be on platforms if your customer base and client base isn't on those platforms. Use your time wisely and don't just be on various social media platforms because someone says you should. Present your case and try to just use your time wisely, or your money if you're paying for various platforms. Number 6 was knowing your audience, and I definitely stated some examples from my past about how various reps would call on me when I was a buyer, and it was a very interesting experience. So definitely check that episode out as well. So my tip number 7 for this podcast episode is understanding what you can control and not control and using your time wisely. It is amazing how successful you can be if you use your time wisely. And the vast majority of sales reps I have known over my 10 years of being in sales do not do a great job at all, and I'm being very mild in my assessment of using their time wisely. It's pretty amazing. And one of the tips that I picked up on years and years ago was time batching. And it can look as simple as, Monday mornings you sit down and you make all your phone calls. And Monday afternoon, then you tend to any of the emails that came through. And then maybe there's 2 hours a day that you spend reading or learning about your industry. Whatever that looks like for you and your industry and how your account base is, but time batching and really focusing on using your time wisely, number 1, and then getting to time batching, number 2, just can make the world of difference, and so many people don't do it. And it's so easy to get caught up in the day and this person calls, and then this person emails, and then this person needs this, and this person needs that. And then before you know it, your whole day is gone, and what have you accomplished? So it is just crucial to be able to sit down, be diligent about it, be persistent about it in terms of how you handle it, and in terms of if you have to communicate that to a sales manager or even to a client and say, you know what, I work on that on Tuesdays. Whatever you need to do, and really think about it and really put some strategy and execution about it, that will help so much in being productive and getting more done and making more money. Number 8. So this is my closing. So it's just a simple thing, but so many people, again, don't do this. Have a positive mindset. Be positive. Have fun. I have always thought of sales as a game. And I don't mean a crazy game like Candy Crush or any of those other games you might play, Fortnite, whatever. But I always have had fun with it. I loved cold calling. I think it's fun. I would rather call on my clients than do all the stupid busy work that sometimes ends up going along with the job, right? I would rather talk to clients. I'd rather find out what's going on out there. I'd rather learn. I'd rather build than worrying about all the other stuff. If I could delegate all the other stuff, I totally would. And I know some sales reps do that. In my case, it's not really feasible, but it is one of those things that I love, actually helping people. I love helping people. I love doing this podcast because I love helping people. I love learning and I love sharing. So I make a game of it. I have fun with it. And if you have that attitude, if you have that positive energy, I've talked about this before, be that ray of sunshine for your customers. Be that ray of sunshine. And you will notice that over time, your efforts will compound. And that's the other key too, over time. Over time, your efforts will compound. So focus, keep going, have a positive mindset, have a positive attitude, have fun, and you know what? You'll end up crushing it in sales. Thanks for listening. So I hope you liked this podcast. I would love to hear from you. My email is melinda@melindavanfleet.com. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram. My Instagram is Melinda_Vanfleet. And till next time, hope you crush it in sales. Thank you.